Hello everyone and welcome to this presentation about the utility storage business. Today what I will try to do is explain the journey we are doing on this world to transform the company from a pure renewable energy generator and a small renewable IPP to a energy service company. So first of all is explain who is FRV. FRV is a company that is generating renewable energy but has been in the market for a long time on always thinking what is required and what will come in the future. Our objective has been make an affordable green energy and put it in the market, and on this path we have been always looking for the next frontier, how we should evolve. So we have been, the company has been there for almost 15 years, and on this time we have been able to put in operation more than 2 gigawatts of projects, and we have a pipeline of 3 gigawatts. We have a strong presence in different markets in 5 continents, and we have invested more than $5 billion of US dollars on these years. So we know how to move to new areas, to new markets, to new business, and how to deliver projects. And if you see here our footprint, you can see how we are in some key markets for the new storage business, like our UK, Australia, and Chile. So we are in a position where we have the spirit, we know how to do the things, and we are on the right places on the right time. So we are ready to start the journey to transform or to create these new business models. And just what we need is the platform to do it. When we move to the storage, we are moving to a new business model that requires new skills, new capacity, and new strategies. So we think that do the things in the same way that has been done before could be so risky. So that's the reason that we decide to create a new platform, a new business unit inside FRV, which the aim to lead this transformation, identify this new business model, and bring the company to the new horizons. And it's come from analysis of the market. If you see what is happening now in the solar sector, you can see that it's a mature market that is very good because it's boosting the evolution to net zero carbon grids, but the projects are becoming so competitive, and you can see what's happening in Portugal or in other places. But at the same time, there are a new area, new market, mostly unexplored, where a huge capacity to generate revenues is still there. And for example, it's public, it has Neoen is making a big part of their revenues from their storage project in South Australia. So we have the options to keep competing in a red ocean, very competitive one, or move to a blue ocean with a lot of new opportunities, but also risks and uncertainties. So this blue ocean is based in what the grid and the grid operator, that is one of our main stakeholders, need. And what they need is new flexibility service, regulation service that in this transition the other main operators of the market, the other generators, are not able to provide. We can see what's happening in UK this winter with several low reserve capacity warnings has arrived, or what's happening just a few weeks ago in South Australia when there were not enough demand to regulate the grid due to the high distributed generation. So this situation, these pains of the grid operator are leading to create new markets, like the DC market in UK, focus or designed for batteries, where virtual inertia service are required, and also the contingencies FCAS in Australia, just to manage all the unexpected events that could affect the grid stability. And here you can see how a real asset owned by FRV in UK is generating revenues. Each color represents a different revenue market, different revenue stack, and it's very curious, it's very symptomatic, see how we are changing week by week, day by day, the weight of each market. And it is because you need to do a follow of the situation almost hour by hour to decide what is the best market in each moment to deliver your service. And by this combination, this active managing, you are able to secure a higher revenue stack. But to do that, the key is have, for sure, a good system that allows this flexibility, but a very good also software that is able to identify these trends and bring your service to the different areas. There are not too much companies involved on this area because it's very advanced technology. So it's other of the keys of the storage. A partner, a good company that allows you to manage the battery in the best way. But the possibilities will not end in this day by day manage. If you can see what's happening in Spain this winter, for example, you can see how some days we face very low energy prices, and just a couple of days ago, the prices reached up to 70, 80 euros per megawatt hour. So there are a huge opportunity if you are able to move the energy from one day to other one in the same week or in a different week, a different month. And it's very significant also what's happening with the wind projects in South Australia. You can see in the graph how some projects in different months had a net revenues that was negative. So in the one month they have to pay to generate energy, while in other months they reach average prices very high of 80, 90 Aussie dollars per megawatt hour. So a system with the capacity to move the energy from these bad months to the good ones will generate a lot of revenues and will secure the viability of the new projects. Also, it is linked with the problem of the grid curtailment that will be more and more common in a high renewable penetration system. So the installation of storage together the renewable will allow to reduce these congestions and the curtailment that are suffering the projects. So now the question is, should we move to standalone projects or hybrid projects? The standalone projects will be a service concept where you are going to provide the service required with the grid to maintain the stability. So you will need to define very flexible assets with capacity to balance from one service to other and evolve in the future to meet the unknown necessities that will have the system. On the other hand, the hybrid should not be a PV plus storage project. It should be a full integrated project with a value that is above the PV or a battery one. And the way to do it is through the proper integration in a low level of the system by the use of DC coupling inverters that will generate some kind of generation block dispatchable at this level, and this capacity with the use of an advanced software will create a system capable to manage the energy in an efficient way. So the view is that most of the PV projects will become hybrid projects in the future, but at the same time, there will be a huge space for the standalone one. And will be a next step. If we think in the electric vehicle objective in Spain, we find that we have an objective to have 5 million of cars by 2030. It will mean that we could have on these cars a storage capacity like 300 gigawatt hour. And most of the time, this capacity will be available because the car is used just 5–10% of the time. So a system agreed that is capable to take this free capacity and be used to provide service will be a major change in the industry. And we come back again to software and systems. So finally, the takeaways that we have learned from this journey is that we are in a new business that will require new skills and a new approach. This new approach will allow you to face a blue ocean where a lot of unexplored revenue sources are there to be catch, but of course, a lot of risk will be in the way. The value is in the software, not in the hardware. So we should focus in deploy advanced systems that are able to meet our capacities. And the batteries, as we know today, that is used to manage the day by day, will be just a part of the business. We will have also all the seasonal storing and, of course, the vehicle to grid business. And finally, the DC coupling will be a major change and enable technology to evolve in the hybrid projects. So thank you so much to share your time with me, and happy to answer any question you could have. Thanks.